Hello everyone, this is Logan and I wanted to show you guys the fish tank. Some of you know that I've been working on this for several months now. Um, it's been a long process and I've been kind of hesitant on showing people the finished product because I've been working on it for so long and I've been working through a couple of issues with the tank, but I've finally got them all resolved and I've gotten it nice enough to where I feel like I was comfortable showing it off. So without further ado, this is my 75-gallon saltwater mixed reef tank. I started building it back several months ago. I built a stand and built a little electronics cabinet for it, and it's just been kind of an evolving process. But I'm gonna, in this video, I want to show you the livestock first. And then after I get to the livestock, I'm actually going to show you some of the technical aspects. So I'm doing that so if people are more interested in the livestock, which I'm sure many of you are, you can just kind of cut the video early once I get to the more technical aspects of it. So without further ado, here's my tank. Start with the fish. And as you can see here, that guy swimming around right there is my yellow chorus wrasse. And you see two clownfish, those are percula clowns, but there's actually a third swimming back here. Yes, I do have three clownfish, and amazingly, they all do get along. This guy is my small yellow tang. Oddly enough, he enjoys eating the mysis shrimp more than the seaweed that I offer him. So he's actually kind of a weird bug. He's kind of he's a herbivore who acts like a carnivore, but he gets along with everybody, so he's cool. This guy down here is my flame hawkfish. He's got an interesting little personality on him, but I really love him. He's great. And hiding in one of these holes, you can't see him because he's being a jerk and he's hiding. I have a purple firefish, and so he's hiding out right now. Hopefully, before the video is over, I'll be able to kind of show him off. Aside from the fish, I have three anemones that I'm not really sure if I like them or not. They're really pretty and everything, but I've got three of them. It used to be one, it split once, and now it's split twice, and now I have three of them in there, so I might have to do something about these guys before too long. They are... the color variation is called Tequila Sunrise. They're really cool. It's a rose bubble tip anemone, but they have green stalks and orange heads on the tentacles, I guess you call them. Let's see. Other than that, I got some hermit crabs. I don't have too many anymore. I'm kind of hesitant putting hermit crabs in because I've had issues where they've actually killed fish. So I'm kind of moving away from hermit crabs, but I'm not actively taking them out. Right here is one of my skunk cleaner shrimp. I've got two in there, and they're amazing. They do a really good job of kind of keeping the tank clean, and they have a really cool habit of jumping on my hand or my arm and cleaning my hand or my arm whenever I have my hands in the tank, if I'm doing like maintenance or something like that. You see tons of snails in here. I've got some trochus snails that have bred in the tank, so I have millions of trochus snails in here. I've got a couple of bumblebee snails in there. I've got a couple of margarita snails in there. I've got a couple of Nasaria snails in there. I got a pretty good variety of snails in this tank. So I got a couple of Ninja Star snails up there too. They're kind of hard to see, but they are there. Now, on top of all the snails and everything else, I have a bunch of corals in here, as you have probably seen already. I'm going to start here with my SPS corals. This one in the back is my red plating Montipora. This sucker has easily grown over twice its size since I've had him in the tank. It's about 6 inches across now. I love it. And I've actually accidentally broke it a couple of times, and I've made frags out of them. I'll eventually probably sell them off, but there's a frag and there's a frag. This guy right here is, I think it's also a Montipora. I'm not exactly sure. It's a hard encrusting coral, and it's kind of hard to tell with this camera. but it's got these really cool electric blue polyps that just bloom all over, and it's absolutely amazing. This right here is actually one of my very first corals. That's a Stylopora, or it's like a cousin to the Stylopora. It doesn't quite look exactly like a Stylopora does. I know there's like another one that's like really close to Stylopora, but I can't remember what the name is, so I just call it Stylopora. That's a Millipora right there. A really pretty SPS coral. That's one of my acros. I used to have, well, I'll get to that here in a second. There's one acro I have, it's green. It's really cool. And then I have this one, and this one is kind of a purplish with green. You can kind of see the purple and green. Wow, I just kind of lost my mind. Heads, I know there's another word for it, but I'm just brain dead right now. Anyway, what I was saying earlier is I actually used to have a couple of guardian crabs, acro crabs, living in both of them, but I haven't seen them recently. And the acro crabs are really cool because they kind of protect the acropores from pests, and they live out their whole lives in the corals, and they're really, really cool. But I haven't seen them, so I don't know if they're gone or what happened to them. Let's see, going back down here, I have a naughty coral that unfortunately is not blooming right now. That's a green symphonia, a really pretty coral. And then I have a frag of that Stylopora down there. And then this right here is probably my favorite coral. That is a multicolored Lobophilia, Lobo coral. It's just absolutely stunning. It's got like 6 or 7 different color variations, and it's really, really pretty. I got a couple of, I got this, I can't remember. It's a type of brain coral, but the name of it's escaping me. This one's really cool because it's got purple and green all over. It's really, really pretty. Favia, it's a Favia. And then I've got a couple blastos. I have one rock that has 2 different colors on it. It's really, really pretty. And then I have one, I got this frag thinking that it was so amazing, and then I realized, oh shoot, it's a blasto just like this other one I have. So now I have 3 blastos, but that's all right. This is a very, very tiny frog spawn, and the cool thing about this is I was kind of trying to move away from LPS at one point, and I got rid of a larger frog spawn and a hammer coral that I had, and traded it for something else, and I found this itty bitty tiny head of this frog spawn. It was like it couldn't even been like 1/8 of an inch across. It was absolutely minuscule, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool if I could grow it out again. And now it's probably quintupled in size. It's absolutely enormous now, and so we got that guy working for us. And then today, I went and bought a ton of acans, and I tried to get just a bunch of different colors and patterns, and they are absolutely stunning. And I'm going to put them in a garden, kind of put them all close to each other, let them all grow close to each other, and they'll be really impressive once they all grow together. It'll be really, really cool. I probably won't glue them for a while because I'm actually about to move. So they'll probably just stay in the tank in frag form until I do the move, because I'm probably going to do some rearranging on the corals and stuff like that. And then I couldn't resist. I got this new blue. It's stunningly blue. Another acro, just to throw a different kind of color in there. I already knew I had 2 acros, but I couldn't resist getting a third. So I got that guy. So yeah, that is all the livestock. And now I'm going to kind of go into the technical aspects of it. It's a 75-gallon tank, and I have a 40-gallon breeder that acts as my sump underneath it. As you can kind of see, I'm using 2 MP10s, Vortec MP10s from Radion, and then I'm using 2 of the new Radion lights, which are just absolutely phenomenal. These are the XR 15 watt Pros. They're the Gen 4s. They give me phenomenal light. And I know a lot of you are sitting there looking at my my glass top saying, oh, what in the world are you doing? But as you've seen before, I have a cat, so I have to have the tops on there to make sure that he stays out. And even despite a lot of people saying online, oh, it diffuses the light, blah, blah, blah. I've gotten amazing coral growth, and I think that the coral growth is, I mean, it might diffuse the light a little bit, but these Gen 4 radions are just phenomenal and providing a lot of light. And you can tell, you know, just by looking at the shimmer in the water, that they give my coral a lot of light and they're growing, so I'm a happy camper. So, now that that's all the display, I'm going to take you... Actually, I want to show you something before I open this up. I actually have this thing programmed so that whenever I open the doors, it will turn on the lights, which I love. It makes maintenance a heck of a lot easier. And as you can see, I really need to empty my skimmer. I probably should have done that before the video, but that's okay. So I have 2 return lines. Well, essentially I have 1 return line. One's kind of an emergency, and then I have a super emergency backup right there. So I actually had 3 lines coming from the tank. So if the first 2 like critically fail, I still have an emergency in there. I have 2 filter socks. I built the acrylic setup myself to hold the filter socks. It really was not as hard as I thought it was. And so that's the first chamber. It comes out as you can see through the blue tubes, it kind of overflows into those filter socks. Filter socks filter out the heavy particulate matter, and then I have the skimmer here. It's a Octo, it's a Octo Classic 150S. It's the tall model. I just basically got the highest one I could, and it's been phenomenal. As you can see from all the skim it's pulling out, it's just great. I actually built these little stands for it so it sits perfectly in the water. And then to reduce noise, I have a little, I can't remember what they're called, but it's basically a silicone pad I got from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I cut it to size and, you know, put it under there. So, I mean, you can probably hear a little bit of the noise of everything on the video, but really when you close the doors, it's just dead freaking quiet. Let's see, for additional filtration and for pulling phosphates out of the water, I have Chaeto. It started off as this little bowl, as you can see, once I got my water parameters correct, it just started taking over the tank. And to light it, I got this really cool Kessel A80. And I gotta tell you guys, this was one of the best purchases I've made for this tank. This Kessel is phenomenal. Seriously. It was like 80 bucks, and it grows everything. I mean, you can see it grows everything. I mean, I've seen people use it in SPS tanks, small nano tanks. So if you're looking for like a cheaper light that gives you a lot of power for a great buy, that Kessel A80 is phenomenal. Now on top of all that, I got a whole bunch of rubble rock in here. I have copepods growing in here, and you can actually see those little white specks. Those are all baby snails, believe it or not. I have tons of baby trochus snails in here. I was not kidding. They are just taking over my tank, and I love them because they really keep everything nice and clean. Now, I have a probe holder. Let's see, I got temperature probe. That's a second temperature probe. This is one of these is a pH. I think this is the pH, and this is a salinity monitor. And this temperature probe is hooked to this salinity monitor to better keep track of the salinity of the water. The pH probe is standard Neptune Apex. That's what I run. I run a full Neptune Apex system, and that's my temperature probe for the whole tank. You see I have dosing tubes here, and I actually have another dosing tube coming out over here. I really need to do something better with this because it's not very well secured, but there's a reason I have it over there, and I'll go into that in a minute. And let's see, back here I am running 2 Aquamax media canisters. I run activated carbon and GFO. You can kind of see the GFO on the back tumbling a little bit, and then I got the activated carbon right there. And then I run everything off of a Jabo. I think it's Jabo. Might be another. It's an off-brand Chinese motor. I can't remember the name of it, but I got to tell you guys, it's a DC motor. It's got its own control, and it's quiet. It's awesome. And so that thing powers all the water flow aside from the vortex, the power heads. And then over here, I have, this is what I'm using for my auto top off. Yeah, it's a dog food bin that I'm using. And I'm using, I have a UV filter up here. Now, let's see if I can kind of go over how the water flow goes with you. Pump comes out the, oh, and I have 2 Eheim glass and titanium thermometers, or not thermometers, heaters. So, main pump goes up through here, and it comes into my manifold. Manifold powers the water flow for the carbon and the GFO, and the manifold also comes back here for my UV filter, and then it comes down, and then it just gets picked up again by the main pump, and then it gets pumped out. I gotta tell you, I built the manifold myself. It really, and I've never done anything like this before, and you can see I managed to make it look really nice, you know, despite my bungling. And I got it hung up there pretty good. I got these little straps from Home Depot. I absolutely love them. Just nailed them up there. These lights don't provide, those lights are just lighting the cabinet. They're not intended to grow anything. I've got 3 LED pucks in there that light up the whole underside whenever I open the doors. And then I got a Y backflow preventer, just so whenever I turn the water off, this thing slides up, this plunger slides up, and it keeps the water from going back into the sump. It's just a preventative measure for keeping things clean and making sure that I don't have any water overflowing. Let's see, next, I am dosing 3 chemicals, and I got a little anal about it and even named them all and where they go and everything. Dosing Reef Fusion 2-part, so calcium, alkalinity, and then I am dosing magnesium on top of that. I can't remember the fluval. I'm dosing fluval magnesium on top of that. And I run it through these are the bulk resupply dosing pumps. And I gotta say, guys, for the money and for ease of use, these are awesome. I run them off my Apex, and I have precise control of how much gets dosed every day, when it gets dosed, and these are a worthwhile investment. I love these. I'll probably never use anything else unless I go to a much larger system, but these things are absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to take you back. I think that's everything for the bottom part. Oh, and for the to activate these, I used magnetic switches just from my local electronic supply store, and I programmed them in the Apex to turn on and off if either door opens or closes. So they'll open, or they'll turn on whenever either door opens, and they'll turn off when both doors are closed. And then back here, I'm gonna turn on the light. See, well, that didn't really help. I'm using a Ghost Overflow made by glassholes.com, and they are absolutely great. And these are kind of the high-end ball and gate valves. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head. They are more expensive than like your Home Depot variety, but just for like ease of turning them on and off, they are absolutely phenomenal. And you can fine-tune those gate valves to anything you need, and they are absolutely great. And so I'll kind of give you a picture of all the horrible stain work I did, kind of dripping back there. And then I got tucked away back here because I live in an apartment. I got my BRS RODI unit. Now over here, I'll kind of give you a preview of what's to come. Oh yeah, look at that sea of extension cables that lead to my electronics cabinet. And when I built this thing, I really wanted to have a clean, well thought out electronics cabinet. So as I mentioned before, I'm running an Apex system. The main Apex unit is here. I've got the salinity monitor here. I've got the WXM, which controls my vortex and my radions there. This is the it is a Jabo. This is the Jabo pump controller. I have it about halfway, though I probably should look into probably turning it up. This is my wireless internet controller, so it's hooked up wirelessly to my home network. Up here, this is the breakout box. I have all the ground going through this one panel right here, and then these are those are, two of them are the doors, and one is the cabinet lights. And so that is, no, that's not right. Two are the doors, and one is something else that I am not remembering off the top of my head. I can't remember. I'll probably remember after I shoot this video, but two are the doors and one is something else. And then up here, I've got the two drives for the vortex. And I actually had to mod out an extension cord because one cord was too long, but I actually had a bunch of leftover computer parts from when I built my computer, and I actually built an extension cord just out of leftover parts that I had. It really wasn't that difficult. And then down here, I anally labeled everything. You got the vortex, the cabinet light, the disposal, the dosing pumps 1, 2, and 3's down here. Auto top off, left and right radions, the return pump, skimmer, the UV sterilizer, heater 1, heater 2. Let's see, the refugium light. And of course, that's the dosing pump 3, and this is the deal to the Wi-Fi. So I have everything carefully labeled. It took me a while to get it all set up like this, but I can tell you that whenever I'm gonna move here in a couple of weeks, I am gonna be so glad that I did that. And then I haven't really found a good way to mount this bad boy yet. I'll probably do that after the move. But yeah, that's the whole system. It took me about 3 months to plan everything and build everything, and the rest of the tank itself has been running for, I started this back in June, so the tank's probably been running for about 6 months now or so, and as you can see, the results speak for themselves. I still kind of waiting to get some core line growth on this rock up there. I kind of added that a couple of months as an afterthought because I was going to go for a minimalistic scape, and it just did not give my fish enough room to hide, so I added some rock to it, and as you can see, it's not quite the same color, but it is catching up. It's a lot better than it used to be. But yeah, that's the whole tank. Thank you guys very much for checking out the video. If you have any questions or comments, I will be more than happy to address them. And give a like, give a shout out if you want. I really appreciate it. Oh, I do want to give one shout out myself. My buddy Ryan Heathman helped me plan out a lot of this, and he's just been absolutely phenomenal in helping me choose livestock and choose components and stuff like that. And that, as I said before, the results speak for themselves. Well, thank you very much, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video.